welcome to Live Interactive English. That guy over there, that guy's name is Mike.
Yes, it is. Yes, I'm Mike. And
right?
Yes, absolutely. And you're Winnie, and we're talking about cats.
Yay!
Cats and their tails and how their tails tell us what the cats are thinking when the cats aren't asleep, but cats are asleep most of the time, so this is only useful some of the time. But it is very interesting, right? Because a lot of people feel that they can kind of tell what dogs are thinking or feeling or wanting, right?
But so they're saying it's not the same thing?
No, it's not the same thing. Dogs are very open with their emotions.
That's
right?
true. You're right.
Eyebrows, they lower their head when they're sad or when
Cats are very mysterious.
Cats are very mysterious, but not as mysterious as you might think.
Oh.
And that is what we will be learning over the next couple of days. Are you a cat person?
I am a... Okay, here's the thing.
There's a story here. What's going on?
Really quickly, I just want to say I am an animal lover.
You're an animal lover,
but a bad
cat hater.
No, I like cats, but I had a bad experience with one when I was a kid, and that kind of it scared me.
You got scratched?
I did.
You got bit?
And no, but I got like
scratched. Oh, okay. You hear the loud, scary noises.
Yeah.
That can be
so
scary.
our article, How Cats Talk with Their Tails, Part 1. We're not talking, their tails are talking to each other.
No, the tails don't talk.
Oh.
I think most people who've seen a cat know that they don't have little mouths on the end of their tails, although that is very cute and creepy at the same time.
Yes.
No, we're talking about how you can tell what cats are feeling or how they talk, how they communicate using their tails, but not by talking with the tails, by changing the position and what the tail is doing. Kind of like a dog, right?
But not the same.
But not the same. So we're going to find out all about it in this article starting right now. Tail goes up.
When it comes to pets, cats are famously difficult to understand, yet our feline friends often use their tails to express themselves. Therefore, if we learn what cats' tail movements mean, we can understand their emotions and feelings much more easily. An upright tail. When your cat's tail is pointing straight up, it usually means that the animal is feeling confident and social. When an upright tail starts to shake, the cat is excited. Upright tails can happen any time, but since cats usually consider meals to be the best times of the day, they often occur when it's time for food.
Meow, 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 meow.
That's one way cats talk, but you're not doing it with your tail.
Yeah, I don't have a tail, but cats do.
That's true, absolutely. And cats sometimes, of course, make noises with their mouths, but a much better way to know what they're thinking is to look at their tail. So let's find out all about this so we can all become cat whisperers, cat translators.
Fluent in cat.
And fluent cat speakers. When it comes to pets, the article begins, when it comes to pets, cats are famously difficult to understand.
Agreed.
People often think of cats as being much more complicated than dogs. Dogs are always like, hey, I'm really happy to see you. Hey, what are we doing? Hey, this is great. Hey, where are we going? Hey, there's a ball. But cats are like, yeah, no, I don't really like you right now, but I might like you 10 minutes from now. So they're very complicated. They're difficult to understand. They aren't as open with their expression and their communication as dogs are. Yet, our feline friends often use their tails to express themselves. That is
kind of like
absolutely
dogs.
True. Kind of like dogs, kind of like dogs, but often only the tails and only in very subtle ways. But it is true, the best way to understand how a cat is feeling at that moment is to check out its tail. Therefore, so because of all this, if we learn what cats' tail movements mean, we can understand their emotions and feelings much more easily. I like having that much more easily there because this isn't like a translation app that will be completely accurate all the time. We're talking about an animal and its tail, but it will give you a much better clue as to what your cat is thinking and feeling.
Well, until they invent, that collar that lets them speak to us. I'm still crossing my fingers on that one.
That's going to happen soon.
Yes. Our first position, an upright tail.
An upright tail.
An upright
cat tail straight up.
Yes.
Okay.
When your cat's tail is pointing straight up, it usually means that the animal is feeling confident and social.
That's a happy cat.
Now, I would have thought that that's them alert and they're about to attack.
That's a dog.
Oh, you see? So it's different.
Yes.
Okay, so we have the word confident. That's what they mean when their tail is upright. So our adjective confident means you're feeling very proud or very sure of something or someone. So we can feel confident, right? Or for example, I am confident that I am making the right decision. And when you're confident making the right decision, you know, you feel really good about it. But when you don't feel confident in a decision, you don't want to do it. You know, you don't feel right. So when we are confident, or when the cat is confident, their tail will be upright.
There you go. And it's probably in a pretty good mood. So if you see a new cat and it's coming towards you and its tail is kind of sticking straight up, you should feel comfortable to put your hand out and let the cat come over to you. That cat is looking to make friends.
Okay.
When an upright tail starts to shake, the cat is excited. Sometimes this will happen. You might notice when a cat sees a bird out the window or something like that, or you're playing with a toy and it's ready to kind of jump. The cat is excited, it's happy, it's in a good mood, but it's also feeling a lot of energy and that kind of thing. Upright tails can happen anytime, but since cats usually consider meals to be the best time of the day, they often occur when it's time for food. So again, a cat heading towards a fresh new bowl of food, you can expect to see an upright tail.
Well, if I was a cat right now, my tail would be upright because I am ready for lunch.
I think it's time for a snack, so let's go get some kibble and then we'll be back with more.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们这2天的课程要来看看猫咪如何用尾巴交谈。Mike 老师开玩笑说，也许我们看完之后可以翻译猫语，甚至成为猫语者。老师说的 cat whisperer 就是猫语者。那么 whisperer 这个字可以表达擅长用非强制方式来安抚或驯服动物的人。那么猫是出了名的难以理解，不过它们常常用尾巴来表达自己。如果我们了解它们的尾巴动作，就能更容易了解它们的情绪和感受了。那么课文首先要介绍的是 an upright tail， 竖起的尾巴。upright 可以形容竖起来的、直立的、挺直的。好，那么当猫尾巴笔直的向上时，通常意味着它感到自信，而且想要社交。当这个竖起的尾巴开始摇晃时，意味着猫咪感到很兴奋。那由于猫通常把用餐时间视为一天当中最好的时间，因此这个动作就常常会发生在吃饭的时候。好，单字 confident 它是形容词，形容自信的、有信心的。那这边有2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是动词 consider， 它可以表示认为，将什么视为。那要表达认为某人事物是怎么样怎么样的，这时候可以用到句型 consider 加受词加上 to be 再加名词或形容词，其中的 to be 可以省略。例如 they consider him to be a liar， 或者是 they consider him a liar， 他们认为他是个骗子。那第2个重点是It's time for something 表示是做某事的时候了，像 It's time for bed 就是睡觉时间到了。另外也可以用 It's time for somebody to 加上原形动词来表达该是某人做什么什么的时候了，像 It's time for you to go to bed 你该睡觉咯。好，接回课文中。
A low-hanging tail. When cats are unwell, scared, or in pain, they lower their tails or tuck them beneath their bodies. At the same time, a cat may pin its ears back against its head or flatten its whiskers against its face. Sometimes cats even wrap their tails tightly around their bodies. When they do this, it can indicate that something more serious is going on. Therefore, it is important for cat owners to be aware of these signs.
Welcome back from the break. We got our snack in our tummies, so our tails are not so upright.
No, not so upright. I'm ready for a nap, and I'm going to start licking my face soon to prepare for that. But we still have a little bit more cat translation to go through. So let's look at our next tail position and what it tells us. It says, a low-hanging tail. A low-hanging tail. Or that's kind of like a tail that points down or even is tucked underneath the cat's body. And that's not a good sign. It says when cats are unwell, scared, or in pain, so just generally really not happy at that time because they feel sick, they're in pain, or they're just frightened, they're scared, what will they do? They lower their tails, lower down to the ground, pointing toward the ground, or tuck them beneath their bodies. So right around their bum, between their legs, kind of wrapping around their butt area.
No owner wants to see that.
You don't want to see it. And that one is also common for dogs, right?
Yeah. I mean, even
that's
as humans, when we're feeling just not great, we're just kind of slouched
over. Yeah, protecting yourself as well. So this is a sign that is not a happy cat. So unless you know the cat well, you wouldn't want to approach it if the tail is beneath the body or wrapped around the body as well. If something is beneath, we're just using this preposition to say it's under something else. All right, so you wouldn't say it's beneath, you would say it's beneath something if one thing is on top and the thing I'm talking about is in a lower position or under that thing. So of course, if you're sitting on the grass in a nice park, you might say something like, I read my book beneath a big tree.
Right.
You're underneath a big tree, and if it starts to rain, you hopefully have an umbrella, and then you'll open your umbrella and get beneath that. The umbrella is over you. You are beneath the umbrella.
So if you see your cat with its tail kind of low hanging or beneath its body, maybe it's time to take them to the vet.
Yeah, you definitely want to check that out. Or if it's a cat you don't know, you might want to stay away. Because that could be that cat could be scared and could scratch you because it's just not happy.
Yeah. And continuing on with the article, at the same time, a cat may pin its ears back against its head or flatten its whiskers against its face. And whiskers are different from the fur that is wrapped around their body. Whiskers are longer and maybe a little bit more coarser or thicker, and it's around their snout or nose, depending on the animal. Sometimes cats even wrap their tails tightly around their bodies. Okay, so I think the act of wrapping is what gives them comfort, and it's an instinct. It happens naturally. So what is wrap? Wrap, not R-A-P as in boots and cats.
No, not that one.
This is with a W, and it is our verb, and it means to cover something, usually with fabric, or most commonly, as you'll hear, paper, right? Like wrapping paper for Christmas presents or birthday presents around something else. So it's a wrapping, it's a covering motion, okay? And so, like they said, they wrap their tails around their bodies. For example, Debbie wrapped a towel around her wet hair.
Okay, so she twisted the towel. She didn't do a hip-hop poem about, So when Jay-Z is getting Beyonce's Christmas present, he's a rapper wrapping a present.
Exactly.
Okay, so the rapper wrapped. Gotcha. And when we talk about tightly, like wrapping something tightly, it is very close around you, all right? You're basically creating something that is hard to move when you're inside or hard to escape from.
No space.
No space. If you wake up in the middle of the night with a blanket wrapped around you, it might be hard to kind of get your arms or legs to move. If you see someone that you haven't seen in a very long time and you're very happy, you might hug them tightly. You might hold on to them. Or if you're afraid of something slipping out of your hand, you might hold on to it tightly because you don't want to drop it or lose it. So you're using a lot of force and you're putting something very close around something so to make it hard to move, escape, or slip out. For example, my brother held my hand tightly as we entered the scary house.
Right. So if a cat has wrapped its tail tightly, that's not a good sign.
No, it's kind of like the way we might wrap our arms tightly around ourselves if we're scared or in danger or something like this. So when they do this, when they wrap their tails tightly around them, when they do this, it can indicate that something more serious is going on. So this is a very, very strong danger signal that you're getting from the cat. Therefore, it is important for cat owners to be aware of these signs. One thing that people don't often know is that when cats get sick, when they have like pain in their bodies, they might hide and wrap themselves in a ball. It's like they're being attacked, but they don't know where from.
Right.
So that's why if you ever find your cat acting like that, it might be important to get it to the vet soon.
Yeah, and it's important to be aware of these things, especially as a cat owner, or even if you don't have a cat, if it's something you notice on the street, you know, maybe you could help the cat, but you know, from a distance. So what does it mean to be aware of something? That is our adjective, and it means to have something brought to your attention or knowledge, okay? And it's, you notice things, right? So I was not aware that there was a problem. In this example sentence, this person doesn't know, right? They might not have noticed it. And it's important for us to be aware of the cat's tail position because that way we know how to help them or maybe to avoid them. So as we can tell from today's episode, I think I can kind of know a little bit more, at least maybe not to communicate, but at least I know how the cat is feeling and how I could help them.
Yeah, these are some good basic things to know because if you don't have a cat yourself, it's a good chance that a friend, family member, someone does. Maybe you'll want to get a cat of your own in the future. So knowing some of this basic stuff can only be helpful for both you and our furry feline that's cat friends.
Exactly. But that's all we have for today, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Meow, meow, meow.
Meow.
好，第二个要介绍的是 a low hanging tail， 低垂的尾巴。当猫感到不适、害怕或疼痛时，它们会把尾巴垂下来，或是把尾巴塞到身体底下。其实这就像人他不适或者是心情低落的时候，我们人身体也会低垂着。老师这时候有用到 slouch 这个动词 ，slouch。Slouch 可以表达垂头丧气或无精打采的站着啊，或者是坐着，或者是走路。好，那么课文接着提到，猫可能还会把耳朵按在头上，或者是把胡须压平贴在脸上。有时候它们甚至会把尾巴紧紧地围绕在身体上。当它们这样做的时候，可能表示正在发生更严重的事情哦。所以啊，猫饲主了解这些迹象是很重要的。好，单字 beneath。它是介系词，表示在什么下面，在什么之下。Wrap 这个动词表示用什么围绕、包裹。那 Winnie 老师在解释时，他有提到 fabric，F-A-B-R-I-C，fabric 表示织物或是布料。下一个单字 tightly，tightly 是副词，表示紧紧地、牢牢地。那么 aware 是形容察觉到的、注意到的或是知道的，可以在后面接 of something 或者是接 that 子句来表达察觉到某事、了解某事。好，那补充单字 whisker， 它是指动物脸上的胡须。那么 Winnie 老师提到胡须会比动物皮毛来得粗，那老师这时候用到 coarse，C-O-A-R-S-E，coarse 是形容粗糙的、不柔软的。老师还有提到 snout。S-N-O-U-T，snout 是指动物突出的这个口鼻部分。好，那这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，这边我们来学习句型 It is 形容词 to 加原形动词，这是表达做某事是怎么样的。那这样的句型其实是源自于 to be is 形容词，那我们用 it 当虚主词来代替不定词片语 to be， 然后把这个真正的主词 to be 移到句尾，就会形成了 it is 形容词 to be。 好，那句型当中的 be 动词可以根据情况来换成不同时态，而 to be 的前面也可以加上 for somebody 来表达对某人来说。例如It is easy for him to make new friends. 结交新朋友对他来说很容易。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
When it comes to pets, cats are famously difficult to understand, yet our feline friends often use their tails to express themselves. Therefore, if we learn what cats' tail movements mean, we can understand their emotions and feelings much more easily. An upright tail. When your cat's tail is pointing straight up, it usually means that the animal is feeling confident and social. When an upright tail starts to shake, the cat is excited. Upright tails can happen any time, but since cats usually consider meals to be the best times of the day, they often occur when it's time for food. A low-hanging tail. When cats are unwell, scared, or in pain, they lower their tails or tuck them beneath their bodies. At the same time, a cat may pin its ears back against its head or flatten its whiskers against its face. Sometimes cats even wrap their tails tightly around their bodies. When they do this, it can indicate that something more serious is going on. Therefore, it is important for cat owners to be aware of these signs.
Hey, it's Kiwi on the street.
I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie.
Hey, Winnie, have you ever been stumped at customs where they asked you a question and you don't know what to say?
Yes, and it's so confusing. Sometimes I don't know what to reply.
Well, today we are going to translate some pretty common phrases that we might have to answer at customs.
We're gonna test our friend on their translating skills, okay? So please choose one. Okay, very good. We have 我是来旅游我是来旅游的
I'm here for traveling. I came for traveling.
Okay, very good. I came for traveling or I came to visit. I'm a tourist. Very good.
我 is that 计划
Yeah,
Okay.
我计划在美国
Yeah, you got it. 我计划在美国待2个礼拜
My plan is to stay in the United States for 2 weeks.
I am planning to stay in America for 2 weeks.
I plan to stay at the USA for 2 weeks.
Very close, very good. I plan to stay in the US for 2 weeks. Okay, very good. Okay, what did we learn today? Today, we worked on translating some common phrases that we might encounter at customs. The first one, you can say, I'm here for sightseeing or tourism. And you can also say, I'm here just visiting or traveling. The next one, I plan to stay in the US for 2 weeks. Or you can say, I'm planning to visit the States for 2 weeks. Those are the translations that we worked on today. Kiwi later!